Okay guys, so I think we'll get started. So nice to see a few of you and hear a few of you on the chat. Oh, bottom left taskbar to turn off video. Hold on, let me just see if I can try that. Oh, don't worry, it's fine. We'll just go with it. So yeah, thank you so much for joining today. Welcome, and thank you for your time today. I really do appreciate it. I hope that you find this webinar useful as we grow and learn together in this time of school closure. Can everyone hear me okay? Could you just type okay in the chat box so that I know that you can hear me? I'm still busy admitting a few people to the meeting. Super, I'm glad everyone can hear me, fantastic. If there's any issues as we go through, if you just let me know in the chat box and then I'll try to address any of those issues as we go through. So welcome, this webinar is about online home learning in the early years foundation stage. And I will talk about how we've supported our youngest children during this time of school closure. So the webinar will be about half an hour long, and the purpose of it is to share good practice and to collaborate as well. So I will offer a chance to participate both during the webinar and after through a Padlet. You can see the QR code just on the screen there. If you want to scan that QR code either now or later, then that will take you to the Padlet, where I hope to continue this collaboration after this webinar. So if we have time at the end, we will have some questions and further discussions. I've muted your mics for now. Oh, let me just admit the last few people, sorry. Hello everybody who's just joined, hi, welcome. So I have muted your microphones for now, but I can unmute you. So if you would like to say anything, please do let me know in the chat function and then I can unmute your microphones. The reason I have muted you is nothing personal, it's just so that we don't distract each other as we're going through. So this webinar shares the approach that we have taken to online home learning for our youngest children in school in the early years foundation stage. We are certainly not saying that our way is the only way at all, but what we are doing is working for our children in our school, and we are really proud of what we've achieved so far in the last 7 weeks as we've been growing and learning together. My hope is that it inspires reflection and collaboration and thought, so that we can all support each other in this really difficult and quite unusual time. So the photos on this first slide are one of our nursery leader, Gemma, who's teaching the children in a video how to, all about symmetry through painting butterflies, and Mr. Craig, one of our TLAs, who is teaching the children how to make Play-Doh at home as well. So my name is Emma Coleman. I'm the head of campus in Sai Kung at North Anglia International School, Hong Kong. And I'm the EYFS teaching fellow as well for North Anglia University. The photo that you can see on the screen now is of one of our classrooms in school. And as you can see, it's really light, it's really open, it's really engaging, it's really play-based. And it's that play-based approach that we've really tried hard to maintain even when we've been working remotely. This has been a challenging time, definitely, and it's definitely had its ups and downs as well. However, we've also tried to see this as an opportunity for personal and professional growth as well. Let's just admit a few more people, sorry, just so they don't miss out. Oh, admit. Hello everybody, if I've just admitted you, hi, welcome to our meeting today, welcome. You're welcome, Charlie. So our staff here in Sai Kung have been absolutely incredible. They have been absolutely amazing, and they've embraced all of the challenges wholeheartedly, and the staff attitude throughout this has allowed us to continue to provide a really high quality education for our wonderful children here in Sai Kung. So how do we actually do home learning? Sorry, I'm still getting a few more people coming through. So how do we actually do home learning? So we use a combination of technology to aid our home learning. And each week, all our home learning is posted on our platform called Firefly. And within this platform, there are videos, activities, Padlets, ideas, questions to guide children and their parents through this new learning journey. So teachers send their class parents an email on a Monday morning explaining all the learning that's going to be happening for that week on the Firefly page. The children post their home learning on Tapestry, which is the online learning platform that we use for children. And then teachers and teaching and learning assistants, our TLAs, respond to this learning on Tapestry via some written comments, audio comments, and video comments as well. So here, sorry, I'm just missing a few more people. So here is an example of one of those lovely videos that our nursery leader, Gemma, did, linked to some learning all about Play-Doh. And underneath her video, you can see 3 wonderful photos of our children who are then making Play-Doh at home.
Hi everybody! Now I know that lots of you really liked Mr. Craig's Play-Doh video from the other week, so I'm going to show you how to make Play-Doh again. But it's going to be a little bit different this week. I'm going to make chocolate flavoured Play-Doh and it's going to smell yummy. So you still need the same things to begin with that you needed when Mr. Craig showed you. So you need your flour, your salt, water and oil. And as well as that, you will need some cocoa powder, and that is what will make it smell nice and chocolatey.
Isn't she fantastic? So all of the children loved seeing that video from their teacher and their nursery leader. So when we first started our home learning, we wanted to make sure that it was aligned with our vision for teaching and learning, which is to offer a play-based, practical and personalised learning experience that excites and motivates all of our children. I love this quote that I've shared with you on the screen here, and it is one that I hold really, really dear in the classroom. But it struck me that this is vitally important now to remember this quote and make sure that what we're offering our children when we're working remotely is still really suitable, appropriate, meaningful, exciting, engaging and fun. And most importantly, that it's right for their age and their stage in development. And it is so important at this time and always that we hold the children's well-being at the centre of all we do and at the centre of our approach to teaching and learning as well, whether that be when we do it remotely or face-to-face. So when we were putting our home learning together, and when I was putting this webinar together as well, I thought about the key aspects of our home learning and our online approach. And realised that it fits quite nicely into 5 Ps. So our online learning is play-based, it's practical, it's purposeful, and it ensures progression for all of the children while they are not in school. And the photo here is of some of our nursery colleagues who are teaching the children all about fine motor activities and counting activities, trying to make it as practical and as engaging as possible. So this is a screenshot from one of the videos that they filmed trying to support fine motor learning from afar. So the first P is play-based learning, and this is something I am so passionate about. And we as a school wholeheartedly believe in play. And so we've used this time as an opportunity to further develop our skills and further develop our parents' skills as well, linked to play-based learning. So we've provided the parents with sort of top tips of how to play, as well as offering a wide range of play-based activities on our Firefly page each week as well. And so the picture here is an example of some information about play that was shared with parents. We've also given them advice via phone calls, via videos and via links as well, so that we can really help to heighten the knowledge about play with all our parents as well. So the second P is personalised learning, and this again is something we've worked hard to develop in school. And we really wanted to carry this on when we were doing online learning as well. And so there are 3 aspects to the personalised learning for us here in school. So the first aspect of personalised learning is feedback. So the photos above are of a process of home learning that we took the children on. The first picture was posted on Firefly, linked to our World Book Day. And one of our tasks was to create some puppets to act out a story to share with their friends on a Padlet later. And this little boy who's in the picture here absolutely loved all of this learning, and he decided to create some amazing puppets for the story of the 3 little pigs. And then his teacher gave him some personal feedback. And so I'll play that for you now.
Hi Arthur, I just wanted to send you a message to say we're missing you lots and we can't wait until we're all back at nursery learning and playing together. Thank you for your home learning and thank you to Mummy and Daddy for sending it through. I love looking at your home learning and I'm amazed at how much you're doing. I really enjoyed your Three Little Pigs video. I can't believe you drew them all by yourself. They're fantastic. And I really liked the way you spoke about how the characters were feeling. I'm going to give you 2 house points for your hard work on the Three Little Pigs, and I'm going to make sure Mrs. Coleman sees it too. Keep working hard, Arthur. I'm really proud of you. And that cookie looks delicious. Good job on the baking. Bye.
So that's just one example of one of our teachers giving that personalised feedback to the children, and it really does make their day and it really does help promote that home learning with them. And so the second aspect of personalised learning is differentiation. So just as we would do in school, we differentiate the learning for the children. So for example, in phonics, in reception, there are 3 different videos so the children can access the learning at their own level. So the phonics lessons are still really fun, they're still really engaging, they still allow for practical learning, but they also allow the children to access that learning at the appropriate level. The third aspect of personalised learning is building on the children's interests. So for example, one little girl was really interested in numbers, but was really struggling to recognise numbers to 5. This little girl also really loves dinosaurs, so her parent had a phone call with her class teacher, and together they came up with a range of really playful activities using dinosaurs that helped with number recognition. And then a week or so later, there was a wonderful video on Tapestry of a very happy little girl who could now recognise her numbers. And so making sure that learning, even from afar, is really personalised has been really key to our approach here in Hong Kong.
Hi Arthur,
So the third P is practical learning. And this is once again linked to our pedagogy in school. And over the last few weeks, we have set our children so many practical activities to do, usually launched by a video from the teacher or a TLA, or a quick time video showing the process of learning. And these practical activities have been linked to all the different areas of the curriculum, and where possible have involved resources that the children already have at home. For example, the photo above show the firefly page on the left to an ice experiment, and then the following 3 photos of that wonderful boy with the hammer and the little girl with the ice tray and the other one with the saw, all trying to do their practical learning, and our children taking part in this brilliant experiment. So other practical things have been asking the children to go on number hunts, asking them to go on hikes, asking them to go and collect natural materials and make fantastic natural artwork with it, asking them to do I Spy games, to solve lots of different problems, loads and loads of cooking tasks, lots of mindfulness, so lots of yoga and mindfulness, and as well, lots of physical development as well. And so lots and lots of practical learning. So at this point, is there anyone who would like to share some other practical ideas? If you do, if you could write your name or just type me in the chat box, and then I will unmute the microphone so that we can have some feedback from other colleagues around the world all about different ways that you have been introducing practical learning. Please don't worry if you don't want to share your ideas. It's a very strange forum, so if you don't want to, that's fine, but we will have the Padlet at the end so that we can all share our learning through the Padlet at the end. But if there's anybody who would like to share an idea, please just type it in the chat box now and I'll unmute the mics. If not, we'll move on. Oh, super, lovely. So, unmute. Is it Sarah?
Hello.
Hello. Was it Dara who would like to have an idea for practical learning?
I don't know if you can hear me, but I'm just going to speak anyway.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, I'm in the British International School in Hanoi, and we have done the online learning, and we've also added the practical learning side of it with learning boxes. So when we were in school, we created little packs for the children foundation stage, and we delivered them to different points around the city, and the parents came. And the parents found it really great because they had the practical resources that we would have in school, and now they had them at home, so they could do all the activities we would do in school. And now we just today launched the second learning pack as well. The parents could collect them and read them. Yeah, and we found it really effective. It's not going to work for every school setting, but our parents kind of all live in the same areas. So
that sounds fantastic. Thank you for sharing. We've actually magpied your idea, and we're starting that this week, and I'll talk about that a little bit later. So thank you so much for sharing. I'm going to mute you all again. Again, nothing personal, but just so that we're not distracted for the rest of the call. And I will unmute you later so that we can talk about and share some more ideas. Thank you so much for sharing that. That's brilliant. Okay, so our fourth P was purposeful learning. So we have tried to ensure that the children's learning is purposeful so that they really, really do want to do it, and they're really, really engaged with it as well. So the photo above is a task to post a letter to us all to tell us all about their holiday. And then below that is the video feedback from the nursery team. So let me play that for you now.
Everyone, it's been a very exciting week and we have been busy opening your letters. They arrived this week. I have some lovely pictures. I have a panda, a very hungry but very happy caterpillar, and some lovely artwork created by fruit and handprints. And I have one other letter, but I haven't opened this one because it's not addressed to me. It's one of the children in my class sent it for their friends to open when they're back at nursery, so I'll keep that safe.
And I got some from the bumblebees too. I got this lovely picture that was addressed to me and Miss Vanessa and Miss Kimmy of these beautiful flowers. And I also got a little note card with a message from me and a lovely picture too. It was so exciting getting these in the post. It made me really happy, so thank you.
So again, all of that feedback really did help the children to feel more connected with their teacher and really added purpose to what they were doing. We've also added other purposeful activities, for example, creating their own story to read to their friends on World Book Day, learning about money so they could go and buy ingredients to make a cake, reading and then carrying out recipes, measuring ingredients, lots to do with food in our campus, learning about halves and quarters by cutting up fruit to serve to their family. We've also given them lots of opportunities to answer questions, be inquisitive, find things out, investigate and explore. We have also used our collaboration with MIT to launch some really lovely STEAM challenges too, which the children have absolutely loved sharing with us on Tapestry. Another aspect that has really given purpose to children is giving them the option to share their learning with their friends as well through a Padlet. And this has really helped with motivation and a sense of purpose as they like each other's posts and they comment on each other's posts, as we will do hopefully following this webinar. So the final P is progression, and this is very much linked to personalised learning and ensures that even when we are away from the children, we are still really fully aware that we have a responsibility for their progress and development and what we need to do so that we can help them achieve at this really, really difficult time. So we look through the children's Tapestry posts regularly and meet in teams to discuss any gaps, any strengths, any next steps for the children. And we also ensure that where appropriate, our feedback to the children allows them to progress. So the photos above are, the bottom one is a screenshot of our Firefly page, which was all about doubling. Lots of practical, engaging activities linked to the children learning about doubling. There's also some pictures there of practical ways to do that doubling. And then the picture above that is one of our little boys in reception who absolutely loves maths. He loves numbers, he loves solving problems, and he really loves being challenged in maths as well. And so his teacher sent in a video for his feedback, and then the bottom picture is the little boy then responding to that feedback linked to the challenge that the teacher had given him. So I'll play that for you now.
Hi Jasper, well done. I absolutely loved your video and your photos of your doubling. You're doing such careful counting and you're always showing us how to challenge yourselves. So proud of you. And I love how you used part, whole method that we learned when we were doing adding and taking away, and you applied this to your doubling. That was really, really good. So well done for using those different methods, good boy. So I have a challenge question for you now. So Miss Fletcher has a number, the end number, the whole number is 14. And I think I doubled an even number to get to 14. Can you let me know, is that true? Did I double an even number to get to 14? Let me know what you think. Have a good day and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.
So here are some of the outcomes of our home learning. I thought it's always nice to see the pictures of the children and what they're actually doing at home. So as you can see from their faces, the children are still having those light bulb moments, which have been so, so lovely to see. Seeing photos and videos of the children have really helped us get a sense of, first of all, how they are from a wellbeing perspective, but also how the home learning is going for them and their family as well. So there's lots of growing experiments going on and lots of different experiences outside for our children. Lots of learning about time, because obviously they're very aware of the time in the day. So we thought this was a good learning opportunity to learn all about time. Loads and loads of cooking and loads of smoothie making, and just lots of sense of purpose and sense of pride as well. These children here, the little girl at the top in the middle is actually my daughter, who's been loving some small world play that her teachers have set her, and the teachers have given me amazing advice as well of how to nurture my child with small world learning as well, and how to develop her communication and her language and her listening skills too. And the girl on the top right is learning all about the world. It's a great time to learn about the world and how we have to care for each other and care for our planet. So this little girl was doing some of that learning there. So as you can see, lots of practical and hands-on learning as well. The little boy in the top right is counting his money, ready to go to the shop to buy his ingredients. The boy in the middle had made an amazing Stone Age home linked to a book that was read to him, and he was so, so proud of himself. So again, lots of exploring, lots of investigating, and most importantly, lots and lots of having fun. So the best bits for us have been the Padlets for collaboration. I think they've worked really, really well, and you can see an example of a Padlet there. The video feedback has been very, very powerful. So the teachers giving video feedback to their children has been amazing. The sport and challenge for individual children, so that personalised learning for me has been definitely a best fit. How responsive and reflective we've been has been a best bit as well. Learning from you guys, magpieing ideas from different schools, looking on Facebook, looking at different schools' websites, stealing ideas, and then tweaking them to fit our setting has been fantastic. Getting more ICT literate has definitely been a best bit. I did not think I would be doing a webinar today. It scares the life out of me, but here I am using this technology, and I'm hoping it's all okay. And assemblies, we've actually had some online assemblies, as you can see on the bottom picture. This is us mid-flow going for it. In the Gruffalo, reenacting the Gruffalo, no less. So yes, that was definitely a best bit for me. Some tricky bits. We've had a lot of calls to do live teaching. We've decided to stay away from live teaching because we didn't feel like it was appropriate for the age of our children. We are starting to do video conferencing now so that we have that interactive conversation with our children, and that's really, really important, but we have stayed away from live teaching. That has been tricky, but definitely the right decision for our school. Worksheets, we've had a lot of call for worksheets. It's not something we believe in our school. It's not part of our ethos here. However, we do understand that parents are very busy and they might need that support through a worksheet. So we've tried to provide them in the most meaningful way as we can. And staff morale, even though the staff in Saikung have been unbelievable, it has been a tricky time. It could also be a best bit, but it is important to check in with your staff to make sure they are all okay. So our next steps, something we've stolen from you guys over in Hanoi, is it Hanoi? We're going to start doing curiosity cubes where we're sending home boxes full of open-ended resources for our children. We're going to, well, we started yesterday, some video conferencing, so one-to-one conferencing with our children, talking to them face-to-face, well, via the screen. Library book borrowing, opening up our library for the children to come and borrow some books. Obviously, everything's disinfected, but they are coming in to borrow the books. Future planning for when we're back in school, so making sure that when we get back, we're really ready for these children to help them with their well-being, their personal, their social and their emotional skills as well. So for your school, what you might want to consider is deciding on a vision for your school, starting to think about why you're doing the home learning the way that you're doing it, and then setting out really clear guidelines linked to that. I think it's really important at the moment to be really flexible as children and parents and staff find their feet. Reflection, I would say, is key. Reflecting and responding really thoughtfully and really consciously with the child at the heart of every single decision you make is just so, so important. And be kind. This is a really hard time for everybody, and kindness is just going to be so essential. It is now, it will always be, but especially at this time. As well as the children learning, we've been doing some learning as well. And if you're a Nord Anglia colleague, you can find some research and reflection on the discussion forums online. Team meetings have been really important for us as well, and just trying to keep staff morale by allowing us to do some professional development during this time. So that's sort of me sharing what we've been doing. I do hope that was useful for you. Now I am going to open up for you to share further or to ask any questions that you might have. If you do have any questions, and if we run out of time, it will cut us out actually after 40 minutes. If we don't have time to do all the questions, please do email me. I'm more than happy to help. Like I say, we're in our 7th week of this now, and so I will be happy to offer any advice that I can. I'm not saying we know all the answers, but we have been doing it for a little while now. And also remember, I'll share the link to the Padlet in just a minute, and I'll email it round after this so that we can start to collaborate on that Padlet as well, to share all of our ideas and all of our good practice. So is there anyone who has any questions or anything else that they would like to share? Dara said that you can unmute your microphone by yourself. So if you just type in the comments box if you would like to contribute or share anything, or if you have a question, and then I'll try to address those one at a time. Yang has said, how do you encourage children and parents to send in activities they have completed? So on a Monday, we email all of the parents with all of the work that can be done at home, or the home learning. And so that encourages them to do that. Parents who haven't been very responsive because they've been busy, they might have been abroad, and they might be just getting used to this time. They might have multiple siblings. So we've been sending them emails just as a reminder of things that they can do and to see if we can help them in any way. And that has really encouraged them. I think the personal video feedback has been a huge encouragement, and also a saying in assembly, well done everybody, we've seen this amazing home learning, we've seen that amazing home learning, so that they know that their friends are learning too has been a big encouragement. And so have the Padlets, like I mentioned earlier. I think that is a real strength of our practice currently, and something I would encourage colleagues to do as well, because it does get that engagement. When they see their friends completing work, they want to do it too. And so yeah, that's how we've encouraged them to send in their learning. Any other questions or comments at all? Okay, super. Well, like I say, I'm always here if you do have any at all. So if you would like to join our EYFS community online by contributing to our Padlet, you would be so welcome. This is the QR code and the link here as well. If you want to, I'll send this out as well via email afterwards, just in case you do want to add your thoughts on there. And finally, thank you so much. We're always looking to improve, so please can you give us some feedback about this webinar, how you have found this webinar, whether it's been useful. We really want to do more webinars in the future, so any feedback you can give us would be really appreciated, and we will take on board all of your comments, whether they're positive or negative, because we are, as we always are, looking to grow and learn and improve. But thank you so much for your time today. I really do appreciate everybody tuning in. It's fantastic that so many of us are ready to collaborate and share all our ideas at this really difficult time. And I wish you all the luck in the world with your online learning, and hope that you can embrace this new challenge that we're all facing.